How many people are missing as a result of conflict in the region?
In the 22 years that have passed since the outbreak of the conflicts in the Western Balkans, almost 35,000 persons have been reported as missing to the ICRC. Today, although the fate and whereabouts of about 23,000 cases have been clarified, the families of over 11,800 persons are still waiting for answers. Most of these cases relate to the conflict in Bosnia, where over 7,800 persons are still unaccounted for. Over 2,200 cases relate to the conflict in Croatia and over 1,700 to the conflict in Kosovo.
What is being done to address the missing persons in the Balkans?
Throughout the years, numbers of measures have been taken. The collection and processing of tracing requests, the publication of consolidated lists of missing persons, the establishment of family associations, the setting up of national or regional mechanisms, obtaining the support of the international community. All these measures have created a conducive environment for a meaningful response to this humanitarian problem. The ICRC reminds on a regular basis the authorities of their prime responsibility to provide answers to the families. We also raise their awareness on ongoing challenges and possible solutions.
Is the ICRC satisfied with the current progress?
No, if you look at the last 12 months, 800 cases only have been solved across the region. Most of them relate to exhumations that took place in already known grave sites. The authorities do acknowledge the importance of the file and their commitment to address it. However, the pace is far too slow and the authorities should do much more to have the family's right to know respected.
You mentioned the ongoing challenges. Could you elaborate on these?
The main problem that we are facing is that we don't know what happened to the persons who are still missing today. We are lacking information on new gravesite locations. The authorities must definitely step up their efforts in searching for this information and in sharing it. They have to look for that information into their archives, but also through exchanges with relevant ministries, intelligence services, the judiciary, former commanders in charge of areas where the disappearances occurred. Other challenges that the authorities have to work on relate to legal aspects, but also to forensics. If you look at Bosnia and Kosovo, for instance, the authorities lag behind in the implementation of the existing laws on missing. They also have limited capacity to recover, analyze, identify human remains, including the unidentified ones that are stored in the respective morgues.
How do families cope with the fact that they have a family member missing? And what is the ICRC doing to help them?
Behind each and every missing person, there is a family who has to deal with long-standing uncertainty, who has to face the reality of isolation, of stigmatization, of having lost the breadwinner of the family, psychosocial problems, administrative problems. The factor that helps them to cope with the situation is hope, the hope to receive answers. The ICRC and its Red Cross partners have accompanied the families throughout these years and provide still today support to make sure that their right to know is respected. Today, on the occasion of the International Day of the Disappeared, we do wish to call on the authorities to provide unconditional and unreserved support to these families and to take concrete and swift steps to end their pain.